One take, one shot, SmackDown review. Gotta say, John Cena's appearance, John Cena's livelihood, John Cena just knowing how to command and lead a show made this SmackDown honestly feel like a breeze. Like, I think about it, the SmackDown wasn't like the greatest thing in the world, but for real, having a main event player be like your bookends and John Cena just commanding the room, honestly, I feel that really set a tone for a very enjoyable SmackDown. I had no problems with the SmackDown whatsoever. I mean, no, I actually did. I had a real big problem. Now that I think about it, I had a real big problem with one outcome in a match. However, overall, this SmackDown was I wouldn't say it was a 10, but it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. John Cena just came out and had a lot of fun during his opening promo, and then we get John Cena again in an actual match. Boy, howdy, they should never have done that heel turn. I'm telling you what, Face John Cena, we should have had him this entire time. He's like, you guys want some tonight? Bring some. You want some Brock Lesnar? You want to come get some? Come get some. All challengers. We could have had this for 5 months. Shame on whoever turned to John Cena, because holy cow, this was such a good John Cena. Like, literally, I thought he was about to do an open challenge like he did with the U.S. title back in the day. He might have, actually, and there might be an open challenge right now from John Cena. I couldn't tell, but Logan Paul, of all people, accepted that challenge, and he comes out, and you know what those two have in common? They're both former U.S. champs, and do you want to be a U.S. champ along with those two? All you got to do to become a U.S. champ is comment below. I'm going to give this championship away at 20,000 subscribers. All you gotta do is comment below, hit the subscribe, and hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and you can win said belt. Oh, it's pointy, it hurts, and you can win it, and I can quit my day job. Let me put this down. One take, one shot. I'm still talking. All right, here we go. So John Cena, that's a true contest. I already gave 2 belts away. John Cena is just calling everybody out, and he actually took a pop shot at Triple H. He said, and he was specific about it, he was like, I would never call out Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's a beast. I wouldn't call him out. But I won't back down from a fight either. But here's the thing. This is a call out because at the press conference, Triple H said at SummerSlam that he was just doing what John Cena wanted to do. He alluded. He didn't flat out say, but he alluded that John Cena wanted Brock Lesnar, and that's why they brought Brock back. We're just doing what John Cena wants. No. They tried to pass the buck onto John. John's not going to back away, but he's not actually going to accept the responsibility of being the one who summons the beast incarnate. Excuse me. Anyway, so he's like, whoever wants some, come get some. And Logan Paul comes out, and Logan's like, what are you doing, man? Who is this John Cena? I don't recognize you. And they're about to get into it, and he's like, I will fight you, John, in a France-speaking country like Quebec, being France. And that was a decent setup. And then Drew McIntyre attacked. So it looks like we're gonna get John versus Logan Paul in Paris, France, which is a pretty decent match. Marquee matchup. I did a early prediction video, and I did not have that on my early prediction video. You might be asking, what early prediction video? I didn't see it. It's on the Patreon. $5 a month. You get 3 to 4 exclusive videos on that channel on the Patreon. So go check it out. It's in the description. But yeah, so Drew McIntyre attacks John Cena. Logan Paul is attacking, and then comes out Tracksuit Cody. Comes running out. They scare him off, and Drew and Logan Paul are just kind of like happy with themselves. And even though they never fully explained their pairing on WWE TV, I've seen worse. But so then, anyways, we have Cody and Cena are in the ring, and Cody is there, right? But John Cena puts Cody over without having to like glaze him for 10 minutes saying, oh, Cody, you're so awesome. Oh, Cody, you're the face of the company. Oh, Cody, thanks for carrying the weight of the burden of WWE. No, John Cena just points at him, and he's like, the champ is yeah. And it's just like, it's good. It's good. That's how you put someone over without making us all throw up in our mouths and then swallow it down, thus causing us to throw up again. So yeah, that was decent. And then John Cena says, let's have a match tonight. This tag team match right here. Let's go. I got a partner. You got a partner. Let's go. This is how you do it. I remember when Cody Rhodes challenged John Cena and Logan Paul to a match with Jey Uso, and it was so like, oh, Cody, what are you doing? Like, you could get a match with the dude. You can get a singles match with John Cena, and you're passing it up. But John Cena, on the other hand, is not trying to get a championship match, so it makes sense for John to want that to happen. And Cody Rhodes, such a fighting champion. No, it was good. It was great. It was awesome. And then they go to the back. They go wherever they gotta go. I got my notes here, but I don't have a script. Next up, okay, so now we have the MFTs, My Family Tree. Solo Sikoa coming out dressed, and all the MFTs are coming out, and it's surprising they didn't put Tonga Loa in. Not only is Tonga Loa the greatest wrestler to ever exist, past, present, future, it's foretold. There's a prophecy that says Tonga Loa is the best ever. That's how I know about the future. But then they put in Talatonga and JC Mateo, hate that name, for the tag team division. Looks like they're going to go for the tag titles, but Tonga Loa is a former tag team champion, so it's like head scratcher that they're not fully doing that, but whatever. Maybe they realize that Tonga Loa could just win the tag team championships on its own, so they want some competition. So they have a match, right? They have a match. It's like whatever, back and forth against the Motor City Machine Guns, and I don't know why this bugs me so much, but at one point, the Motor City Machine Guns are like this, and there's no machine gun like this. Could you imagine a machine gun going like this? You know, a machine gun's more like... So I don't know why that bugs me. Maybe there is. I'm not really like, even though I live in Texas, I'm not like a big like gun guy, so maybe actually I no longer live in Texas. I'm in Canada now. No commercials for me. So anyways, we have that match. That match happens. The tall guy chokeslam. It was a good chokeslam, and he wins. They win. And then Solo Sikoa comes out, and he's like, I love when Solo Sikoa does that face. Oh man, I should challenge somebody, but nobody's back there. Nobody's back there. Nobody wants to wrestle me in this country. This country sucks. And they're in Quebec, by the way. And then he's like, I got my gear on, but nobody wants to wrestle, so I guess I'll just go home. And then before he gets to go, out comes Sami Zayn. Well, Nick Aldis comes out, and then he's like, but I got Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn comes out, and the crowd loves him. We're in Montreal. So, like, they love Sami Zayn, and it was cool. Like, I really enjoyed it. I am not a Sami hater. However, at the end of the match, I do hate this outcome, because we're having a match, right? Solo is the U.S. champion. He literally has 3 dudes, like, helping him out, and Sami Zayn is able to overcome all the odds and get a roll-up victory. Who is this? Stone Cold Sami Zayn? Stone Cold Sami Zayn? Like, I expect that coming from, like, the top of the top main eventers, and I get it. We're trying to build Sami Zayn to be the next Daniel Bryan so he can win at Rumble and then go on to one of the 2 WrestleManias that are rumored for next year, and that's a whole nother video. But yeah, Sami's gonna beat Solo Sikoa, a champion, and he's going to outperform the entire faction? Like, I don't know. I was very much against that. I get it. They're in Montreal, but they didn't let Chelsea Green win later in the night. Why did Sami have to win? There was, like, so many opportunities for Solo to get some heat. He could have got some heat. And, like, what's the shame in losing to a champion who has an entire faction surrounding the ring? If that doesn't make you a winner, like, what the heck? Why did Sami have to win this? This is coming from a Sami fan. I am not one of the haters. Like, I like Sami Zayn. I do. But this was butt kiss. Let me say that again, but in slow motion. This was butt kiss, right? Okay, so, like, anyways, let's move on with our lives. That didn't ruin the show for me, but, like, it definitely did not help the show. I got 4 yawns, too. 4 yawns, by the way. Commercials, I don't really know anymore because now I'm in, I'm in Canada with the mooses, and beavers, and maple syrup. Bacon, that's more ham. It's like Canada, awesome. Beer, eh? But anyways, we have Charlotte, and so I think I counted 11 commercials because there's a little timer. There's a little timer. So now that there's a little timer that says we'll be right back, and it's like 3 minutes and stuff. So I gauge, that's a commercial. And so I'm thinking 11 commercials happened. I might be off by 1 or 2. Charlotte Flair Bliss. Charlotte says, "Oh, I got a present for you," and so she has a present for her. And then we have the Wyatts. They do a vignette. They do a backstage segment. Not backstage segment, but a video, and it doesn't make any sense. But it's the Wyatts, so it's supposed to not make any sense. But I'm sure there's some sense in it that I just can't make sense of. And everybody got to talk, though, so bonus there. We have DIY. They come in. I love DIY. Like, I'm going to say it. I love DIY. And DIY come into the Street Profits, and they're like, "What the heck? You lost our belts. You didn't gain our belts back. You caused this." Tommaso Ciampa's almost not wearing a shirt. He's just yelling at everybody, and they're like, "Ah!" And then Nick Aldis comes back, and he's like, "You guys are fighting next week." B-Fab is suddenly with them again. Don't know what that's about. We have a birthday segment. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. It's Alexa Bliss's birthday. I think she's 34, 33. One of the numbers. So there's a cake. And Charlotte Flair says, this is like a birthday celebration plus our tag team celebration. And it says, "Congratulations, Charlotte," big letters, and then little letters, and Alexa Bliss, and then P.S. Happy birthday. So obviously it was an afterthought. Alexa Bliss was an afterthought, but the fact is, Charlotte just thinking of her. She gives Lily a shirt, and then she has her own like crazy kooky doll Charlie, who has a shirt also, and Alexa's like, "Oh, that's cute." And then Charlotte Flair is like, she's like, "All right, give me a hug." And I kind of like that, actually. I think a lot of people might have thought that was cringe, but I kind of like Charlotte not knowing how to treat peasants. Because she's a queen, and so she thinks it's an honor for Alexa, for Charlotte to ask someone to hug her. That's an honor for you, So I did kind of like that she was like saying, "You may hug me now. Praise me, everybody, praise me. I will allow it." Did I got the microphone on? Yes, the microphone is on. Woo! I was not going to do that bumpkin slow motion joke again, and I would have hated not to make it in the show. So anyways, then we have, what do we got here? So then Chelsea Green comes, and she's like, "Oh my God, you Canadians, why are you cheering them? Oh, you're from Montreal, you're the stupid Canadians." Basically, that's what she said, and I'm not going to say she's right, but I'm not going to say she's wrong. So, I'm sorry, I don't know. I had like a bunch of caffeine today. I was just like trying to get video after video after video done. So I'm just like, woo! Anyway, so then we have Chelsea Green. She's like making fun of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and Montreal as a whole, Secret Service, and they're like, "Let's have a match." Chelsea's like, "No, can't have a match. I'm not ready." But Nick Aldis comes out and says, "Yeah, you are. And I got you a present, Charlotte. It's a referee with a bow." Actually, no, it was for Alexa. I thought that was a really cool way to introduce a new referee. Like, they didn't have to do that. Like, I've never seen a referee introduced like that before. So, like, I thought that was cool. I honestly did. A very small, minute detail that will probably be forgotten, but still very cool because it was just little. It was different. I got you a referee. He had a bow on. I love it. Beautiful. First time ever. So, like, we had that. The match was happening. At one point, Piper Niven grabs Elbow Fire. They barrel roll the cake into the ring so Chelsea Green can do the Unprettier on Charlotte, but Charlotte reverses it and unpretties Chelsea cake all over her. And then she puts her in the figure 8, and it was cool. Charlotte actually got the cake off her and ate it. And Alexa Bliss will feed her a piece of cake too. So that was overall good. I don't mind Chelsea losing here because, that's kind of Chelsea's thing. And Chelsea just likes to perform. But I would have preferred she won. Could you imagine? I think she would have just loved to win over Charlotte Flair. But if we didn't want to do that, that's fine. It's just Sami shouldn't have won. Sami shouldn't have won. Or we should have gave the victory to Chelsea if we really wanted to do that. We have Mello. He's going to Nick Aldis's door, and Miz comes out. And Miz is like, hey, Mello. And Mello's like, where you been, dude? You dropped me. Not cool, not cool. And he's mad, and Miz is able to talk himself into his good graces again. I got mixed feelings. On one hand, I don't like that. I don't like that Mello would just accept him back. I wish there was some kind of just like, there was a reason. Miz would have given him a reason that he was going to leave. Kind of like when Chad Gable left the American Made. He said, I'm going to go away for a minute. I need you guys to do this while I'm gone. I wish they would have done something like that here. They didn't, but I do appreciate that they didn't fully just drop the storyline. So it looks like Mello Don't Miz is back, but now I'm a little like, I don't know. This is like, it's like you ever been in a relationship where your partner does something really, really wrong? You accept them back and you said you forgive him, but you haven't forgotten. That's kind of how I am with the Miz right now. The Miz right now and Mello. Like, fine. Mello ain't doing nothing. Come on, Miz. Help him out, but like, I don't trust you now. Season 2 of Gladiators, American Gladiators, is right around the corner. And you're going to do that to my boy Mello again? I don't know about that. Anyways, we'll for now we're gonna forgive the Miz. I mean, I'm wearing a Miz shirt, and that was by coincidence, design. I don't know. I wore this for my live stream tonight, so I didn't know this was gonna happen. But Miz, I like you, bud. I love you, but don't do that to Mello again. Then we go Aleister Black. Oh no. We have there's a segment also backstage where like Jade is talking to Tiffany, and Jade's like, "Lucky your foot was on the rope." And then we had Julia, and I keep forgetting the name of the person, but she's like Julia's like handler, not handler. Her manager gives Jade the card, and I kind of wanted Jade to go with her, but I also wouldn't mind Jade winning the U.S. title, because maybe if they're thinking Jade's not ready for the main title, give Jade the mid-card title. She can run roughshod. Hey, Gunther made his name off the Intercontinental Champion. Let Jade make her name off the U.S. title. I'm perfectly okay with that. Micha comes, takes the card, and says, "Ooh, I'll get myself a match." And so we got that going on. Aleister Black does a promo on how he's like, I like this line. I'm not eye for an eye. I'm eye for a limb. You try to put me through a table, so I'm going to put your head through a stairs. Okay, Aleister Black, you psycho. I'm okay with that. Let's see more of that. Let's see more of that energy. Then we're going to the main event. We've already kind of talked about the main event a little bit, just a little bit. We have John Cena walking to the ring, and who comes out? Is it Ron Killings? It's R-Truth. And they look at each other, they do the mime thing. It's amazing. And then R-Truth is like, "You're back," and John Cena's like, "You're back." And then John Cena actually says, "Man, that was like, you were acting all weird. You yelled at a kid. You said," basically he said that R-Truth did everything that he did, which is like, "Oh no, John, you did all that," which is funny. And now seems like we got R-Truth back. And it seems like we got John Cena back. I wish, I said this in the live stream, I wish they would have had Ron Killings on Raw and R-Truth on SmackDown. That way you could have had the one funny guy and the one serious guy, and they could have had a split personality. I think we missed opportunity right there. But R-Truth, funny R-Truth is back. I think that's the right play. I think that's the right play. John Cena then is going to go to the ring. A backstage segment with John Cena, an opening segment, ending segment. Amazing stuff here. Logan Paul, Drew, Cena, Cody, they all come out. They have a tag match. They fight. Hot tag. It ends with Logan Paul just doing a blatant low blow on John Cena. Kind of karma. That was John Cena's move. He would low blow everybody, and then he would hit them with the belt, right? So like karma right there. But they disqualify Logan Paul and Drew, and those two, now they fight all the way to the back, and we're left with Drew and Cody. And Drew will actually hit Cody with the belt. So we have the John Cena finish, but this time it's not John Cena doing the John Cena finish. And then the cool thing is this. So Drew is like looking at the belt. He's like, I need this belt. This belt belongs to me. And I would love for that to happen. God, I wish. But being that he's the first challenger, not going to happen. But God, I wish Drew McIntyre would become champion. But there's this cool thing where, so Cody is like kind of up against the announcer table, and Drew does a Claymore, and Cody goes through the announcer table. So it's not like broke like usual. He goes through it on the side, so it looked really devastating because we'd never seen that before. And then Drew is just kind of like talking to him, like, you know, I'm gonna get this. I don't know, I'm gonna murder you and all that you love. I don't know what he said, but it looked menacing. And that was your SmackDown. It wasn't great, but for some reason I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself a lot. I think it's just John Cena. I think like John Cena just being a face just feels right. You know, and I hated John Cena most of his career, so call me a hypocrite, call me whatever you want, just don't call me late for dinner. But like, just feels right. All is right in the world. The birds are singing. The John Cena can't be seen. The unseen 17. I'm gonna give this SmackDown. I enjoyed myself, so screw it. You guys can say that I'm a WWE shill all you want. Trust me, I'm not. I hate the ESPN deal. I think WWE is outpricing their fans. Like, I could go on and on, but right now, that SmackDown made me happy. Made me happy. I'm doing 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chops out of 10. Boys, girls. Oh, but what about Brock Lesnar? He wasn't there. Sorry, forgot to mention that. He should have been there, but like, he's not showing up again until after Paris. Boys, girls, yeah, that sucked, but you don't. Brock Lesnar not showing up does. You, boys and girls, you don't. Have a great day.